Sure. I am ready-ish.
Okay, so since it's been a little bit, I'll retrace where we left off. You guys actually ended book 4 without going and doing all of the combat in Blossoming.
Yay, I suppose.
Yep, I'm gonna move you guys back to Okeno because that's currently where you are.
All right.
I'll certainly say it was definitely an outcome I did not anticipate actually happening, yet it somehow happened.
Yeah, well, you guys got the information, and in this case, it was a woman. You found this old Kelishite woman, uh, very old, very fragile, wearing nothing but rags, but that is speaking to you, telling you that she's been trying to contact you for a long time. And she just told you that she knows where Lowell's is going. She knows why he's going there, and that the evil she's been warning you about is sleeping there, and that it's up to you to do something about it, to defeat it and save the world.
Why us, though?
Why
She
not?
tells you that because you are infected with its influence, but you're immune to it. You're immune to its corrupt.
Okay.
However, she pointed at Gus and told him that you, however, are in danger,
Oh,
that you do
okay.
not possess the protection that the others do, that you did not awaken from the sleep like they did.
Does that mean Gus is
Um,
still asleep?
You can interpret that however you want, and I can put on her little token here the name that she told you she. She is called Kaklatath.
Do you remember on who it was that identified, um, uh, who she is or what she is?
I think it was you. It was Gus. You think that she's she also kind of said it too, not directly, but she said that she was one. She's part of the great race of.
Of Yeth, yeah.
She's a Yithian, or well, that's what she claims to be, but she clearly looks like a human, and there's nothing about her that detects as magical.
And do shape-shifting abilities typically discern as magical? Like uh,
Natural shapeshifting and like the special quality would not detect as magic.
okay. Gus will inquire here.
so, if I am considered to be in danger, what is needed to prevent me from staying in danger at this point?
She says that if you're determined to be part of their destiny, then anything you or your allies can.
Hmm. Well, let's talk
Hmm.
about how to find him.
But she adds, if you can purge the taint from this world, you'll save not only yourself, but every living creature on this.
By the way, you're releasing the microphone a little too early.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
She says that if you purge this taint, you'll save not only yourself, but every living creature on this planet.
Yeah?
Certainly a noble cause. Um, these are things I definitely wish to pursue. However, I know that I could potentially be a burden if that's the case. I have to think about things a bit and try to figure out where my destiny is going to lie. Because
Yep,
I
that
could
is up
put
to
you
you
all
to
in
decide.
danger.
We're already in danger.
I could jeopardize the mission more accurately.
I don't
So
see
I have
how.
to. I suppose that comes down to: are you willing to, if we're in a situation that we cannot get out of, or more accurately, that I cannot get out of, and you all will be fine, well, are you going to be willing to make the decision to leave me behind,
I will not leave
or
you
leave me to my
behind.
fate?
I will find a way. That's what we
Perhaps.
do. We find ways.
I understand. My ability to be able to discern fate at the same time does not allow me to easily find out what my own fate will necessarily be. While I could commune and such, I could probably find out certain methods. But if I'm fated to die, I'm fated to die. I do need to think upon this a bit and try to find out if my presence is going to be safe for you.
Um, he kind of just thinks about that for a moment while I guess any other conversations may continue.
Okay. Fingrim also supports you coming, in that he'll do everything, of course, in his power to make sure that everybody here is okay and protected. He
I
gives
do
the
have one
dwarf.
question.
Yes.
What about Jane?
Jane?
Yes.
If
Jane
you're
wants to
asking
go to the dream world.
Kaklatath, she says that this one bears the taint just like the others, but she's protected from it.
That's right. She was with us when we woke up in asylum, but Jane still hasn't gone to the dream world and accepted her memories? I don't know, accepted herself.
And is that going to be necessary in order to progress and succeed in this mission?
I don't know, but it helped me remember my past as where I didn't before.
Kaklatath, will that affect her?
Kaklatath says back that um, it won't harm or hinder. It won't harm or hinder this one from the old one's influence, as long as she has the resolve to see it through.
The old ones. These entities, if I'm not protected, I may end up suffering the same fate as my wife. On one hand, I want revenge. I want to take out the Shoggoths and take out the old ones that have caused my wife to be taken. At the same time, I just need to know. I'll have to know if the risk is going to be worth going or not.
What if
Uh,
we don't go and we fail because we needed your help? What about that risk?
It's indeed something I have to balance. Something I have to figure out. We definitely need to figure out if there's going to be a means to protect me from any kind of ill influence.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly what kind of things that the old ones can do. Not at least to the fullest extent. Other than I know madness could happen, but I don't know if the risk of them turning me against you would be a concern or not. I would
Find
assume that
ways.
would be a possibility.
Find ways to protect your mind.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out if I want to. Trying to figure out if I need to pick up implements of either something more focused in the abjuration or the transmutation properties, both of which would be highly beneficial. I got to figure out that one a bit. I suppose that there are certain things that can protect me transmutative wise, against most threats, but against the mind, most of that's going to be abjuration. Even then, trying to tune myself to another implement would be a bit of a difficult task. I think I could probably do it. Might take some time. I'll see what I can find.
On a general question here, for the type of implement that I was going to be probably picking up next, a abjuration versus a transmutation. A lot of the abjuration is probably going to have a lot of mental protections and such, right?
I believe so.
But the transmutation might be able to help probably remove some of those properties, I would assume. But I don't think they're going to have as
Transmutation?
much. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be as much protective properties.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like borderline spells for
Yeah.
transmutation.
Yeah, I can imagine that things that might be able to help fortify certain mental defenses and such, like Owl's wisdom and stuff. But
Owl's wisdom, things like protection from evil or like
yeah,
dispel evil.
which most of those I can just do naturally as a occultist with my magic circles and such.
Yeah.
And my ability to read auras and whatnot.
Yeah, there might be some other ones too.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Maybe
switch
they're
the
even from like
internet
occult
over, so I
adventures.
might blip out 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out on what might be more beneficial on the school side when I pick up the next implement. I think that's next level.
Graham's holding on to it.
That can deal with some things like lesser madnesses and stuff like that.
I wonder if we could hire a wizard to build or hire a spellcaster that can handle it that can actually duplicate it in some way, or create additional scrolls.
Psychic surgery.
I don't know
That would be
all
like
the caster classes that have it, so
yeah.
I know
there's
there's
not
a
many.
lot of the psychic classes have it. I know I don't.
I think it would be like a rare find in a capital city.
Yeah.
You guys do have the opportunity to go to a capital city here, because Kaklatath tells you that Neruzavin is within the region called Kasmeron, and it's right next to Kadira. And you guys have already been to the capital of Kadira, which is Kathir.
All right.
That's where you guys did like the majority of book 4 with the whole Mysterium.
All right, streaming on either of these bandwidths aren't gonna work, so I'm gonna have to stop that.
But yeah, she says that we basically have to get to Casmaron as quickly as possible.
Okay. Gus is gonna use his. He's gonna pull up. Oh, I'm just gonna pull up an ability really quick here and see if I can use that to determine how good of an idea certain things are gonna be. Future gaze. Use this. This basically treats it like augury.
Okay.
I guess the question I'm gonna go ahead and ask here is, oh, by the way, the percentage. What level are we right now? 13.
Yeah, I think you guys are 13 right now.
Okay, so it's an
yeah.
83% chance. For the roll. This could be either wheel, woe, wheel and woe, or nothing. Let's see. What is he gonna ask?
Will will joining my allies on this journey to face the old ones yield in wield or woe, as I currently am?
You use your ability and you try to peer into the immediate future, and you actually get like a minor vision of just like an endless expanse of barren desert, and all you see that passes before you is sand. It's a result of nothing. You see that it is too expansive for you to know what your immediate future holds.
Then I will spend another point. Yeah, this is too far. Okay. I'll try it anyway. I'll spend another point to inquire.
We're seeking the protections needed to keep myself safe from the influence of the old ones. Yield and wheel or woe.
You look into the immediate future, and I assume you guys are like back at like the inn or something, like in Akeno. So I would say that you you overhear someone from like someone being very loud from inside the inn or the tavern, and it seems that they've stumbled upon like some bit of luck. Maybe some guy has had his tab cleared by someone else generous, or uh, they thought that they were out of tobacco, but they found like a little reserve in their pockets, and you know that that this would be a result of a wheel, that it would be a good thing to try and find something to protect yourself.
Oh, damn, it's whoa. Huh.
No. Anyway. Yeah. So okay. Ba, 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 ba.
Yep, that's just prudence right there.
Yeah. It's just. It's just. I don't know. Just being silly.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, let's see. Hmm.
Tell me, Kaklatoth, are there going to be any... Do you know of any items or anything that would be considered a boon to my case?
Who are you asking? Just your
To
allies?
Kaklatath.
Hmm.
Since Kaklatath knows a bit more about the journey itself and what's going to be going on.
She tells you that she has long since seen things that your kind produce, as far as magical items, and there's no one kind of scroll or thing that she can suggest, just that as long as it pertains to shielding your mind. Sorry.
Hmm.
I wonder if the means of mind blank would be useful at this point. Although I don't think that is something that many of us can even do. Something to reflect upon, I suppose. Oh well.
She tells you that she'll try and help you and guide you as best she can.
I suppose the first step is going to be trying to figure out how to protect myself. I also suppose... How soon do you think it is that we're going to be dealing with the potential threat of influence? Is it going to be
And where
close to
exactly
immediate?
did he go?
Sorry, one at a time. Secret, what did you?
I just wanted. She said she knew where he is, lols, and so I still haven't found out the answer to that.
Okay. And then Sin, what did you say?
My mind just went blank on me.
Okay, I'll get back to you in a minute then.
Yeah, I forgot.
No worries. If
That's
you
fine.
remember, just let me know. So, Keklatelth tells you, Kudu, that she knows Lols is heading for Neruzavin, and it is a city that has long since been abandoned. And Kaklatath tells you, although your races, your kind here, can only imagine or speculate at who or what created uh, the spires that populate Neruzavin, I know the truth, and it and I shan't tell you until you're ready to hear it. But what I can tell you is that nothing from your world created that city.
Is Neruzavin dangerous? Like, are there any? Like, do we need to protect ourselves from the elements, or is there something we need to know about?
Kaklatath tells you that um, it's hidden far away from any of your cities last I knew, which was many of your years ago, and that the heat and its scouring winds are the environmental dangers that are posed to you.
Okay.
Just recalling the question I had there, and I'll just say it in my voice here. What were the how soon were we potentially going to reach the risk of um, Old One influence? Or
Calcatel tells you the closer you get to the city, that inside the city is surely going to be where all of your wills and fortitude are tested.
I feel like I'm about to reach death. Okay. Um,
She also tells you that she uh, she was stationed there within Neruzavin to make sure that the evil that sleeps there never wakes again. And the fact that she has lost contact with herself, she says, is what's the most worrying to her.
When you say lost contact with yourself, do you mean with your body? What do you mean?
She nods.
Yeah, she said she was just using this body as a vessel.
Right.
Hmm.
Because your consciousness is currently in this body for the time being until you can find a means to return it. To which,
She says that this
right.
because she cannot uh, get into contact with herself or her body, that if anything were to happen to her right now in this body, she would cease to exist.
Hmm. Well, what's going to be needed? Well, I suppose the question is what's going to be needed in order for your consciousness to be in contact with the body. What is
She's
normally the case, I suppose.
she says that she doesn't know, that whatever it is that is causing this break or interruption between her own consciousness is unknown, and that
Hmm.
the only way we're going to find out is if we actually go there. The situation might be dire enough. She says that uh, you might have to destroy her old body and find a way to bring it back to life.
I see. Well, I suppose that the situation would be considered dire at that point. How much time should we have to before we head out? What supplies and materials are we gonna need?
Again, she tells you whatever you need to survive the desert, and for you guys, whatever you guys want to bring with. I know that Grim Cormac is able to create food and water as a cleric.
I don't do very well in the heat.
Yeah, and I also have life rule. I can prepare that.
Yeah,
To where,
protecting you guys, use yourselves from the heat is also something you should do. But since you are high level characters, there's probably something you can do about it.
yep.
Yeah.
How much of that is going to be able to be passed on to another individual? I'm wondering if I should try to find my own means to do so, or if I will be relying on you.
I would say, Grim, if you can check your cleric spell list, there might
That's
be
what
some
I'm doing
stuff.
right. That's what I'm doing right now. Just give me a minute. I'm sure I have it because I've used it before in other games, but I'll check.
I would also suggest that you guys decide by what means you're going to cross the desert. On foot, on camelback, some other means of magic.
Ooh, right. What was the distance? Far? Not too far? Really far?
She says that all she remembers is that Neruzavin is very far from any of your settlements. She keeps saying. If you
So,
want to find out more about it, you guys can give me knowledge geographies, or if like when you go to Kathir, if you do go to Kathir, you can give me gather informations or maybe knowledge locals. But for right now, it'd be knowledge geography.
Kudu
Gather
thinks
information.
on.
I got
Definitely, yeah.
Cormac says I got travel covered. I have a spell that I can cast on all of us. I think I can cast it on all of us.
What,
See.
Overland Flight?
If not, Windwalk.
Oh,
Gus will add.
long duration.
It's hour per level, and
Oh,
I could
nice. Super.
cast it. I could cast it on one creature per 3 level caster levels. If I need to, I could prepare it twice in that day, so we could always do more.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me address these knowledge geographies.
Yeah. It's going to be treated as a 35 because I'm going to add the
6 from your ability.
Yeah, 6 from my ability.
Okay. Kudu, all you know, an 18, it's not a bad roll, but all you know is that, yeah, this is somewhere like where you're going. This is somewhere that's not even really depicted on most maps because it's just desert, and
Yeah.
it's near the region of Kadir.
It's a mythical place.
Yeah. Gus, you actually do know more, a lot more.
I would hope so with a 35.
Yeah, it's a really good roll.
It's not even my really good my really good skill. It's just a good roll.
You whether it's like just offhand, I think it's probably you're looking through some of the books that you've brought with you or something. You start referencing maps and atlases, I think. I don't know. You know that there is a broad expanse of desert that stretches for hundreds of miles south of Kadir's border that is called the Parchlands.
Parchlands.
Yep, the Parchlands. And as the name suggests, it's an exceptionally dry desert, it's an exceptionally dry region even for a desert. You know that there are no formal settlements within the Parchlands, but you've, by way of tome or other knowledge, you know that there are several nomadic bands that frequent its perimeter. And you've heard tales, I guess, or you surmise that the everything that goes there seems to just avoid its interior because what's like you don't have anything like charted past. Yep. There are recorded tales that speak of an accursed city built and abandoned by, depending on who's telling the story, either the Ninshaburians or some other vile subterranean race. There is a nomadic uh, tribe of people they have the upper half of a human and the lower half of a scorpion. that see themselves as
Whoa.
guardians of this city.
Oh dear. Okay.
And finally,
Great. So we're going straight into the Mummy and Scorpion King. Got it.
yeah. And finally, there is a less principled and more warlike tribe of ash giants that also frequent, that live in the parched lands.
What a pain in the ash.
Yeah. And yes, you're sure that they are going to harass anyone they find.
I do relay the information.
Yeah, it seems we got quite a bit to deal with in these lands. It's a dry heat. We'll start with that. A very, very arid wasteland. And to a point where it's not going to be feasible to go in underprepared. I'll see what preparations I can make, but these are going to be very, very dangerous. That's good. We got best way to put it is we got
Does Gus know what these creatures are? These scorpion men?
You can give me a knowledge. Just a minute.
Sure.
This is a knowledge. Oh, probably you guys probably heard the dog. Anyway, you can give me a knowledge nature.
He's. You know what? This is going to be a day that I'm going to spend. Might as well spend them. He'll spend the extra 6 on it to make it a 24.
Okay. Wait, did you roll?
Yeah, that's 18 on the roll.
Oh, that's weird. I might be unsynced from roll 20.
I don't see
don't
your roll.
see it.
That's my
You don't.
roll.
You don't see it either.
Yeah, it's
Nope.
weird.
Interesting. Just gonna make a brief test.
I see your typing. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, we see that.
This is just a test roll, really quick. I'll just throw another nature. See that
I
at
see
all?
that.
But you didn't see the one before it?
No, that's weird.
Geography.
Interesting.
You said it was an 18 though?
It was an 18, and then I was gonna add the 6 for a 24.
Okay.
It was 7 on the die. So yeah. If you need me to screenshot, I can too.
I mean, I will go by the honor system, and I'll take you.
Yeah. Yeah, I could always pull up the proof if needed too, so it's won't be much of an issue. Yeah. This is not
Okay,
a David roll.
so, you don't know what they're called. The only thing you know about them is that these creatures, these like half people, half scorpion things, are particularly like zealous about their religion and their spiritual belief, and that anything that they see as sacred is like something that it becomes their.
Okay. So it's more of a spirituality than a full faith.
It can be a full faith, like a full religion.
I mean, I'm just wondering if it's similar to that of like what we would consider for Shinto or something like that. Um, Fascinating. Gus shares what details he can regarding these scorpion race people, basically describing them as like half man, half scorpion, in the similar sense of that of a centaur.
You also do think though that that while they do have their own language, that there are enough accounts of people encountering them and talking to them that they do understand the
Hmm,
they're actually quite intelligent.
interesting.
Yep. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah, Gus relays all the details that he can referring to these lands. Um, I think he's gonna probably make a local trip to the magic shop though, and see if there's anything that he can get that's gonna be well prepared for long travels of this sort.
okay. And do you guys go back to Kathir?
Um, we could. That's a good question.
That's on the
Do we
way,
want to?
right? Is it?
It's a
Yeah,
bigger city, right? So
So we can
yeah. It's
teleport there and then walk or something. I don't know.
yeah, because in order to reach the borders of Casmarin, you have to go through Kadira.
wondering if I should pick up anything here while we're in Okeno, or if I should pick up some of the stuff over in Kathir, or pick up at least a couple things to get me by. How many days travel? I forgot how long it took for us to get from Kathir over to Okeno in the first place.
So with your knowledge geography on the Parchlands, you think that if you guys start at Kathir, it's gonna take you. It's probably gonna take you guys like 3 weeks just to get to the Parchlands, and then from there, you have no idea how long it's gonna take to get to Naru. And that's all by foot. If you have other magical ways to speed it up, then it might take
Oh
shorter.
yeah,
I
we
will
definitely
remind
do.
you guys that the members of the Mysterium are in Kathir,
Yeah,
and you did help them.
and
So
we could just teleport back
right,
there because
teleport.
I could set up that same room as my word of recall, or right outside that big old building for word of recall, and just take all of us.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess that might
Maybe
work.
not all of us, but I could do like three, set it 3 spells, prepare 3 of those spells, and do 2 trips.
Yeah, with Cormac's word of recall, I'm happy just saying that if you guys want to go back to Kathir, you guys go back to Kathir.
Okay.
Yeah, we could probably do it that way. It'll be we'll probably get a better deal on any kind of magic supplies that we'll need.
Oh yeah.
And as per travel, Cormac already said that he has wind walk, which makes it to where we turn into like
Oh,
gaseous forms when we travel 600 feet per round.
that's a very good travel
So
ability.
Do
yeah,
you have endure elements?
yeah, I have inter elements mass too,
Cool. Okay.
or
Cool.
communal.
In
I
communal.
don't know if when we're in the gaseous form, we might not even need to
Maybe
cast that, but
not,
I'm not sure.
but while we're in the city, we're gonna want it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gus definitely does not have the means to do stuff for himself on that regard. So he definitely will take any
And
assistance needed.
I also have access to life bubble too, which is like the all round endure elements.
Yeah.
But endure elements communal, I think I could spread it around a little bit better.
Okay.
And if we get stuck like out in the desert, I can create water and food, and I can also create an oasis too.
Yeah, water's not a problem.
So
Between Kudu and me, or you, we can dig a hole and make an oasis.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would probably be the better idea to go with and such. Well, I'll probably pick up a couple basic supplies and everything that are just gonna be like probably some basic potions, some scrolls. If there's things I can afford that are gonna be on the cheaper end of protections, I'll probably pick those up. And I might pick up a basic mount or something if it comes down to it. But if we're gonna be doing, if we do have, or if we are gonna be using the means of faster travel, then I'll go with it. So, so yeah, Gus just says,
If we're gonna be doing this, then we can probably pick up the supplies over in Kathir.
Yeah, for sure.
just have to stay the night here.
That's fine.
Cormac says.
I've spent some of my power to at least figure out some of the plans.
We also might want to keep watch tonight. We kind of did take someone from
Yeah, we need to protect her.
freed someone
because-
from prison.
Yeah.
Good point. Hmm. Well, we'll have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking to see if I have anything that might help with that, but nothing for a long term of that sort.
All right. Well, then I'll say that you guys you rest and you teleport to Kathir.
Okay.
Yep, you guys are there. So it's you don't remember, it's a big old metropolis, and the Mysterium people are also there if you want to ask them for any kind of like assistance.
I just imagine us getting there being more like an instant transmission, a bridge style. It's just a, and
Yeah.
just everyone's there, and it's like, hi guys. So, yeah, I guess. Well, so we appear over there, and yeah, I guess Gus is gonna, I guess, inquire with the Mysterium regarding trying to get some various inquiries done regarding magical items and supplies.
Okay. I guess what do you want?
Um, Probably we'll start with like a magic item that's going to be useful as a constant endure elements um, against heat and possibly um, probably something that's going to help protect against heavy winds. Let's see. Because I'm imagining that like at that point that would be, let's see. Well, there's some decent items, but at the same time, it's going to be on the expensive side. Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, we have somebody who casts Endure Elements, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, it was more of just trying to save a spell slot just in
It's
case.
a communal spell, so it's gonna get used on you anyways. One cast and he gets all of us.
That was Cormac, right?
Yeah.
How is that split with that spell?
It's split 24 hours, but I can also just prepare level 1 spells. Like,
Yeah.
to give it to where I can prepare a level 1 spell for myself and then use communal on you guys. It's a level 3 spell, so I don't really use that many level 3 spells in fights anymore. But I mean, it's fine. Like getting through the desert, he's totally fine with using up a lot of his spell slots. It's once we're in the city, he'll prepare like we might have to rest in between castings instead of
Yeah.
like having it last all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking like something like a let's see.
How many of us are there?
5?
There's six because we're counting her now,
Oh,
right?
her, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be 4 hours for the communal endure elements at a time, or it'd be if I prepare like 4 or 3 level 1 spells that are endure elements and then 1 communal spell. It'd be like 12 hours and then full 24 hours for the other ones. I recommend getting a couple potions of endure elements just in case, like I can't, like I need the spells.
That's kind of what I was
I was
thinking
gonna
too.
grab
Is
like 2.
probably a couple of those. I was probably gonna pick up like about 5, 6, or 7, maybe a week's worth.
Yep, and you can pick those up at normal price. Those are only
Yeah.
50 gold anyway because they're level 1.
They're pretty cheap, yeah. So like I could probably pick up a good collection of them. Let me see. How much do I have coin wise? Or at least coin value wise, since I usually get them converted into gem. Let's see. I could definitely pick up a good portion of those, and then I think with the gems I have. Okay, yeah, that gives me an idea. Okay, so then yeah, I would probably be picking up about 7 potions of endure elements.
Okay. Easy
That's
350.
yeah. So
Actually, I should pick up some extra. Well, wait. How does Drench feel about enduring elements? He's gonna have to, right? Like elementals aren't immune to other elements, right?
I could also just control weather. It
Do
just
that.
changed
Just
the
do
whole.
that. Yeah, let's
Just change the whole
just do
climate.
that. Yeah.
how long is that gonna last?
Like a
I
day
would
or
say that
many days,
even though
actually, right?
For the
lasts for a while.
yeah, 4d12 hours.
Yeah. Oh, only hours? Oh, well, still, yeah. You have to
40,
recast
12
it.
hours is
But it's a long casting
pretty
time, right? It's
damn.
like...
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah,
The casting
you're
time's 10 minutes.
averaging like in the 20ish range anyway. So like that's almost a whole day with control weather
Yeah.
and such. So I
Just
mean,
make
It
it
is my
more...
1/7 level spell, but as we're like going through the
Give it
it's a
2
desert, you
travel
could
spell.
cast it
showers
and
It's
then
every...
perfect
maybe
for it.
do endure elements when we're at the city.
Yeah, like it's easy to
I don't
probably be able
know,
to do
or cast that while we're at the city too. I don't
yeah,
know.
because I with
It
that
is
you
a
could
high
probably
level
just
spell.
set it to like fair weather, right? So
Well, like he could make
Can
it
you
be
guys hear me?
cloudy or something.
Yeah, he can give it overcast with maybe like Seattle weather with slight
And that would
chance of
protect you from
rain.
the heat.
I don't mind rain. Do you guys mind rain? I mean, you guys are wet all the time
Nah.
Yeah,
around
you
me
and Drench
anyways,
don't.
so yeah.
Like I said, with the control weather, it is my highest level spell and my only spell for that level, other
Yeah.
than
yeah.
my domain spell.
How do you
So
feel about using that as your
what I was
as
saying is, if we're in the city, then maybe I'd use that to make it to where we don't have to worry about it, because I do have a domain spell for 7th level,
Hmm.
and it's my basically if I don't prepare that, I'm preparing destruction or like something like a kill all. But I have disintegrate for my domain spell, so it's kind of if you guys want, I'll prepare it. Or I can, like I said, I can prepare endure elements. It's
Well, I mean, control weather, like, it's not just good for like getting rid of the environmental hazards. It could also help you in other ways.
I think that the control weather is going to be a bigger boon in the end, and that the having the endure elements is still going to be beneficial nonetheless. If in the case that we feel that we're going to be needing it, but having them as potions will be then making it more ideal. And what was
yeah,
the distance that, or the time that it would take, probably on like Camelback or something of that sort for travel, as a general estimation?
Well, okay, so
3
you
weeks
think
and then
from
don't know.
3 weeks from Kathir to the Parchlands. From the Parchland, from there to Neruzavin, you have no idea.
Do we know the direction at least?
Only to the Parchlands. Neither you nor Kaklatath knows which direction the Parchland, where Neruzavin.
Um,
Might have to do some divinations once we're at the parchlands to try to get a direction.
Either divinations, or since you shared the information that you do know about the Parchlands with the group, Kaklatath would also suggest that perhaps we should seek out and ask these people that live in the desert. If there
Yeah.
are creatures guarding this place, then they would surely know where to.
Hmm. Is the terrain more sandy, or is it considered like more like California waste level of wasteland? I guess it's like solid dirt or shifting sands.
I'm pretty sure it's shifting sands because that's what you saw in your vision.
I
That,
think it
well, I
is
guess,
more
yeah.
sandy than dirt.
Okay,
It's not like
so we're dealing with dunes.
yeah. Well, it's not like completely like just sand, but it is more sandy. There is some dirt and
Probably gonna be
like
rock outcroppings
rocks.
and such, yeah, various
Yeah.
rock formations, as expected in certain desert terrains.
Mhm.
I'm kind of imagining similar to at least with our case with 14, like the
It's kind of like the burn.
I I wouldn't say yeah, but well, I would say the burn would probably be a good example, or that, or like what was the new Almarine?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is. Okay, so then with that in mind, I guess what Gus will probably end up doing here. Shit, this is gonna be. Uh, is Gus able to? No, that's not even a Pathfinder item. Yeah, damn. It's hard to find something that's actually Pathfinder that actually works for that. But I think there was also. Trying to think if there was anything that was good for desert as far as like boots and such.
So, did you guys settle on how you're getting to the Parchland? Are you gonna go? Are you gonna take the 3 week journey there by foot?
Well, I think we're gonna probably at least probably pick. the ability to do that um the
Windwalk?
Wind
wind walk
walk.
You guys could
is
wind walk there. You actually kind of do know the direction as far as getting.
okay. So
It lasts hours per caster level,
Hmm.
hours per cast level.
Uh,
Okay.
and I could cast it on. It's a person per every 3 levels, so I'm gonna prepare it twice. I think.
Hmm.
Okay. That would be one thing. And then we'll probably that'll at least cover a lot of terrain and such. Walking around in the dunes is going to be considered difficult terrain, right?
It could be in more sandy areas.
Okay. I guess Gus will want to look into seeing if there's boots of like dune strider boots.
Is that an item?
That is an item, and its source is looks like its source is Legacy of Fire.
Yeah,
But,
you would easily
yeah.
be able to find this. It's a relatively low item price.
Yeah, it looks like 3,000 gold is what they go for.
Yeah. If you want to buy that, you can buy that.
Okay. I guess Gus will pick up a pair of Dune Strider boots for himself.
Okay.
And might as well, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
Because then he can actually get around efficiently without having to be hindered by that kind of terrain. And, because the way it works is that when I wear them, I can walk on sand as if it's hard packed earth. And overland movement is treated as plains. And loose sand and quicksand are not considered difficult terrain, so I can cross them at normal speed. I mean, granted, with quicksand, all you need to do is just consistently just run really, really fast because it's a non-Newtonian fluid. But I don't think the game cares about that.
Yeah. Okay,
Just
so
don't
if you
stand
guys are gonna
still.
wind walk there, and you have 13 hours of moving at 600 feet per. Let's see. It's 600 feet per minute.
I think it's 600 feet per round.
Oh, is it per round?
I'll
Double
pull it up
check.
one moment.
Oh yeah, 600 feet per round.
Damn, that is fucking
You're going at
fast.
60 miles per hour.
Even the monks are like, damn. That's
60
great.
miles per hour. It's pretty damn fast for that type of world.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're going as fast as a car on a highway.
That's
So I would say
crazy.
going at 60 miles per hour, you're going to actually cut your 3-week journey down to like 5 days.
And that's by the crow
Yeah.
slide too. It's not like having to go around terrain and stuff. It's just straight.
Yeah, you're just going straight there. Because you're only resting, because you can't have it on full 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot better though.
Okay.
Did Gus ever finish reading his tome of clear thought?
I would say that you probably have the time to do that.
Okay. Well, I guess yeah, we'll have that done so that way he can get his extra +1.
+1 intelligence.
Yep. Let's see. I'm just gonna put in all the details here. Remove my just kind of spend that gold there really quick. And add my point.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do or buy in Kathir? Because I'm gonna get us going on the
I'm
journey
all
here.
good.
Because it sounds like you guys are settled on a plan.
The plan to get there, at least.
Yeah. All right. So, the next day, you all get together. Cormac turns everybody's body so translucent that you look like a wispy, ghostly version of yourself, and you guys can already feel like as if the wind is just beckoning you. And with Gus's knowledge of geography, you have an easy enough path towards the parchlands.
Follow that cloud.
Yep. I'm gonna say that nothing bothers you during your
No
5
random
days
sky
of
dragons or strange sky creatures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if things were to notice you, you're moving so fast that unless you stop, it likely won't catch up with you.
That's fair.
I'm guessing there are things that are just as fast, but they probably tire out compared to us, where we're just doing it.
Well, we look cloud-like too. We kind of turn into a cloud.
Yeah, you're hard to see.
Yeah.
If it says in the description of the spell, if you wore white, people would consider you as like just a small cloud.
Yep. And I mean, you're probably traveling like so high above the ground that it's just more looking up they'd have to do.
Nobody does that. Trust me. I play Overwatch. Nobody looks up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even then, if they do see the only thing they can do is just say is, "Hey, you, get
Yeah.
off my cloud."
Get out of my sky! This is my sky! I have the papers right here. Alright, so we zip along. Nice. Like, Drench is loving this. Like, he wants you to do this to him all the time now.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
technically, if I could, if it was a lower spell, he could have it for like, because you can solidify as long
Yeah.
for however
Go
long.
in and out.
It just uses, yeah, it uses
Uses a
duration.
Durations, right.
It still uses the duration. So no matter if you're in solid form or the like cloud form, you're using the duration. So
It's
it
probably
lasts for 13
standard to
hours
go
either
in and
way.
out, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's usually like they use it like you land, and if
Yeah, you
you're
stop and
like
check
searching
things
an
out.
area, yeah.
All right.
It's also a
Within
good
your
means of
5
escape
days,
too.
Yeah.
yeah, within your 5 days, you do start to see the vast expanse that is the parch. And I will
Nice.
say that you guys actually do land, and as long as you take Kaklatath's suggestion to try and find uh, these people that live here, I will say that you guys exit Windwalk and will begin your
I'll do a
journey
perception.
into. So if you want, Grim, you can re-prepare your 6th level spells unless you want to keep Windwalk.
I think so. We're gonna walk and through the desert, or
I don't. How observant can we be when we're windwalking? Can we like scout around the desert looking for scorpions? Maybe men, maybe both.
You could, but you are moving fairly fast, and
Yeah.
and because you don't know which direction to go to find Erisabin,
Yeah.
Kaklatath she cautions against
Okay.
moving so fast that we go in a completely wrong direction.
Okay. Then I want to look for tracks. Maybe I can track something.
Okay.
Well, he's gonna cast Endure Element on himself.
You can give me a perception.
And
I'm sorry. That was my survival. I will roll this survival too. So just keep that. The perception is much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a perception.
Drench helps as well. So I get a 41. Drench gets 31. Ooh, Cormac
Okay.
sees things too.
And Grim, did you say that you were doing something?
he can cast Endure Elements on himself.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. He casts Life Bubble on himself. He's not fooling around with any taking any crap. He's casting Life Bubble on himself on Endure Elements.
Okay. Okay, so Kudu, it's not that you find any tracks, but you do see very off in the distance there are these mesas that kind of form like a canyon. And if you think that if anyone was going to travel through the desert, that heading towards those seems like the most reasonable path to take.
Yeah, shade and perhaps other things. Okay, I point those out to everybody and say that we should head over there.
Yep, it's like this direction.
Cormac will nod and start heading in that direction.
Okay, you
And
guys
we
start.
follow that cloud. As clouds. It's like a bunch of clouds zip by. Zoom, 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 zoom. The people of the desert's like, oh, cloud, give us rain, please. Oh shit, where's it going? Cloud.
Yeah. Every cloud you're just praying to. Just follow the clouds.
You know, they asked for rain, but we're just too serious.
Matt, look up a cleric spell called Find the Path.
Oh, I mean, I already know about that spell.
Would that work for finding the place? I don't want to like get past our thing, but
That would do it.
I've been scrolling through because I'm like, I need to see like desert stuff, and then I saw that and I was like, crap, this might just solve our
Oh
problem.
yeah, I mean, Find the Path is a great spell. A lot of people underestimate that.
I guess we'll continue through the day because I didn't think of it. I didn't prepare it for today, so
Yeah.
No worries.
we'll prepare it for tomorrow.
We might find what we're looking for.
That too. Like Cormac hasn't used all of his cleric spells, and it might be like he finds like something like alerts him to the spell or something like later in the day or something.
Yep. Okay, so for your first day through the desert, assuming that Cormac is able to conjure food and water and keep you guys fed, and you have your protections versus endure element.
Yep.
While the desert is arid and parched, you eventually make it through one. Near the end of your trek for today, before you guys set up camp, Kudu and Cormac, you do find tracks.
Oh, okay.
That there was recent travel coming. You're not sure who or what left this though. If you want to be more sure, you guys can roll me. Anyone can roll me survival.
Okay, I rolled a 15 earlier, so I'll keep that since now it's coming into play. Oh, guess
Okay.
what I get to do now? I get to scry on my familiar, so when he goes on
Yeah, you
like
can find him.
adventures with Vingrim, I can watch him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Fingrim is trudging along here. He's okay with the walking, as long as his feet stay on the ground, because he's a dwarf.
So he's not too fond of the wind walking.
Yeah, I would imagine that the wind walking is like weird for him at first. Although maybe not, because he does fly.
That's
Maybe he
true.
just doesn't fly over long distances like this. But Cormac, you note that the tracks that you find are they're big enough to belong to a humanoid, but you definitely don't think that any kind of human or dwarf or no human, dwarf, elf, or any other, or even like a orc or a half orc made these tracks. You're actually fairly confident that these tracks were made by creatures with a like a with like paw pads basically. And if you didn't know any better, than being in the desert, you think that these were knoll tracks.
Mm,
Ew. No.
And it seems like there's a lot of them too. It's not a small group.
On second
didn't
thought, don't make it rain. They smell bad when it get wet.
can I roll a knowledge like a wisdom check to see if I can put like two and two together? I have something in my head, but I don't want my character to like
I mean, whatever you
put it
think. What do
together.
you think?
I'm thinking back to Lowell's recruit was with Knowles. Like he
Mm-hmm.
went to the place to get, and maybe that's their tracks. Like the Knowles that were following
It's
him
possible.
uh came this way.
We can certainly ask them when we run into them.
Yep. Or when they run into us.
Yeah. But we're looking for scorpion men. And we
He's
find
he said
gnolls
he
instead.
tells the party that might have to keep a watch out. Knowles came by here some time ago. I don't know who or what they were following or where they're going, but it's definitely Knowles.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Do you guys rest for the night?
you need to prepare more spell slots. Is
Yeah, we can rest or we can keep going. Doesn't really matter to him. Um, I just know like I can prepare that, find the path for the next day and
mm.
stuff.
Is it like late in the day already?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
towards the end of the day.
Yeah, we should probably just rest, and then that way you can just know the path. And if you truly think you can know the path, that's pretty amazing, actually.
He's like, I haven't used these spells before, but I've heard tell of it from other followers.
I'm checking to see if I actually have something that works for that because I think Gus has no direction,
Okay.
so he'll at least know where north is at all times, as long as we're not in like some sort of crazy extra planar location. But then again, that's its own special rule.
Okay.
Gotta love high level spells, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. Huh. Forgot I have the level 5 spells now.
Oh yes, level 5 is good.
Yeah. I get some decent ones too.
I'm still preparing. I'm preparing some other spells too. I've kind of changed around my usuals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, guess what? I basically have lay on hands swift action for myself now with my healer.
That's good.
Nice.
So then I'm gonna say that you guys rest for the night. You guys set up your camp, and as you are resting and keeping watch, it's cold, but nothing is colder than the fact that no matter where you look, there's just not a single sign of life here. There's no little lizards. You don't even see like insects, and you haven't seen anything flying above.
Hmm.
That this place is barren. It is bereft of life.
This place is nothing more than a. Oh, it's a wasteland. Huh. How
Isn't that
lovely.
what they call it?
Cormac's gonna prepare a spell for tomorrow, even though like he sees how desolate it is out here, and he's gonna do something to change that
I try to entertain myself
if
and
he
I
can.
summon some water elementals every once in a while.
Okay. So during your night, luckily nothing bothers you guys. You wake up.
I would hope not. It's a freaking barren wasteland.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta wonder what could
Things
bother
could
you.
be under the ground.
Sand charts are a thing in this world.
Oh yeah, we all know
I
that.
mean, yeah, but I mean, I think we can handle a boulette. Or maybe a couple.
But can we handle a desert worm?
And I said you guys don't see anything living. You guys could have like waved to like some skeletons or something that were passing.
Oh, well, skeletons. Easy. Jeez.
But anyway, you all wake up, you eat and prepare some of your. Cormac, are you casting Find the Path at the beginning of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
He's probably gonna cast prepare 2 Windwalks as well.
All right.
But I don't know exactly how Find the Path, like if you like just know it or if you have to be on the ground, or let me double check.
So for 10 minutes per level, you know the most direct route to your specified destination. And I'm assuming that you want to know the way to Neruzabin.
Yes. At least the like compass direction. that could give us like a bearing. And what we could do is so I figured that out. We follow the direction as like in Windwalk for however long. I have this thing, and then we start off the next day. Like it might take a little bit longer, but it's faster than on foot.
So then you've cast Find the Path. Are you casting Windwalk right?
It's up to the party, but I have them prepared as well. Um, what it'd be is his idea is he casts Find the Path, we activate Windwalk, and we go for, so it's 10 minutes per level, so 130 minutes. We go for that long with Windwalk, and then rest, and then we stop. Then we could go, like either stop there for the day uh, or I don't know, or we just keep going in that direction for the whole day, and then cast it again the next day and see if we're like over, like too far. Like you get. Because I'm guessing once the spell ends, he doesn't know where the direction.
Right.
Unless I could put two and two together that it's in that direction, we just keep going there, we'll hit it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
So
don't
magic, you
know how
tell
that
me?
works. I find the most physical direct route. So with that, that's usually implying that you're on land, that you're walking. If we're
Yeah.
using Windwalk, I just need a single direction. Like I know the direction.
Hmm.
So then it's just a straight line. It's not like I'm following like curves in the road or anything. It's just go straight there. So I'd be able to pinpoint like on the compass, just keep track on that direction. We eventually hit it.
Yeah, that sounds like it's doable.
So he'll cast the Find the Paths and then Windwalk, and we can use the full Windwalk, and we'll just go the direction. Once the spell ends of Find the Path, we should be still going in the same direction.
If like if Gus has no direction, and make sure that we stay on that
Yeah, stay
direction,
on.
because it's easy
Yeah,
to
stay on
veer.
course.
Yeah.
I give Gus the compass bearing, and he keeps
Yeah.
us on the path, basically.
Boop, boop, boop.
I'm just here for the ride.
I found north.
So that's what we'll do.
Okay.
And for my my bonus spell, before we do all that, I would have cast Oasis at the place that we stayed. It's
Oh.
a 6th level spell. I prepared as a 5th, as I use up my 7th level slot to cast it, and I cast Oasis. It's not as for a desert because it says uh, with deserts it's not as much as it would be in normal plentiful places, but it's a gallon per level per day that the Oasis
Who are you
like
trying to
brings
water?
forth. Yeah, basically it just brings water. And I have to do a caster level check to see if I actually do it in the desert.
Right, but who are you
So
trying to water? Are you just casting it for the heck of it?
yeah, no,
Oh.
the reason why is because he saw like how desolate it is out here and like void of life, and
Oh, so you're
maybe not.
decorating.
Maybe not. No, he wouldn't do that because this God's the God of destruction. I'm thinking of
Wait,
my other
destruction, what?
cleric. Uh, void of life. Like I don't think. Just ignore that last bit. I was thinking of
No
another.
worries.
Yeah, another cleric that I had. A cleric of Gajray would probably do what I was thinking right now, but a cleric of destruction and war probably doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, I was like, this is desolate. Who are you watering?
Well, like I don't. Is destruction one of Gorham's domains? Like he's not necessarily a god of destruction, just of war.
No, he is. That's a
Destruction.
domain.
It's in his
Yeah,
portfolio. Okay.
destruct. It's in his
He's
portfolio.
not like Rovagug though.
I don't know. He's
No,
not like
it's
pure.
like a different kind of destruction. Like
It's just one of his areas. It's basically like an offshoot of war, like and stuff like that. Like not pure destruction, like Ravagog. But
Okay.
that aside, either way, I guess. But
So you guys are wind
we
walking.
follow the path.
Okay. You guys start then. Very quickly, like just like minutes after you begin wind walking, I will say that you guys do see something because it is prominent enough to be seen.
Okay. Cormac will stop in place once like he spots whatever we're looking at. And he'll like he'll start going towards the ground or floating in place, I guess. And I don't know if you can like say words or yell or like halt or whatever,
Mhm.
but he'll try to get everybody's attention to stop.
So what you see is there are these pair of markers on top of a ridge. The first is this rough-hewn, pointed obelisk.
Okay. Does the obelisk look familiar? Like can I try to roll perception to see if I can
we were told the city was gonna have a whole bunch of obelisks.
No, this doesn't look familiar to you. There's another stone marker nearby it, but it seems much cruder.
How far away is this?
Not far from you guys.
I guess Cormac will like float or fly over to it.
Okay. Is it just Cormac or does everybody go?
Yeah, well, I'll go.
Okay. You guys move closer, and as you do move closer, you can see that upon the second more crude stone marker, you weren't sure like if it was just part of it, but you do see that there is a corpse impaled on the second one,
Oh my.
and it is a corpse of what appears to be a a person with very little armor upon their chest, and the rest of their body is a scorpion.
Can I tell how fresh this is? How recent?
Sure, you can give me a heal check. Okay, a 10. You're not sure how long that this body has been dead for.
Hmm. I asked Drench if he knows.
I'm checking to see if I even have heal at the. No. Corpses are not something I'm good at.
Heal's not a trained skill, so you can try it at any time.
That is true. Yeah, heal is not trained only.
Well, that's fine. I mean, let's see how. Ha!
Yeah, not very well.
Ha!
At any rate, it doesn't look like. Yeah, it doesn't look like the corpse is like in any state of like deep decay. Okay, there we go. He's got the heal check.
Then Gus is going to do something more interesting. This is the next closest thing to a heal check: retrocognition. He's going to go ahead and let me double check and see if how far back he can go now. With
wait,
that
Cormac
spell.
might know.
Cormac, you're pretty sure that this corpse is relatively that you don't think that this corpse is much more than 5 days old.
Hmm.
Gnolls. Maybe the Gnolls did this. Is that a Gnoll spear?
However, before you guys go on any further, let's talk about these markers. So the obelisk, it is there are many inscriptions upon it, and the largest one actually reads in common. It says, "These sacred territories contain a slumbering evil. Turn back. The wardens suffer no trespass."
You said that the body was 5 days old, right?
Cormac believes that the body is about 5 days old.
Gus will still do retrocognition. He can do a week per minute, and right now he is able to do 13 minutes. So that's 13 weeks back now. He got his upgrade finally.
Nice.
Yep, so it's no longer hours, it's a week.
Is it it's not a spell, right? It's like an ability. Or is it a
No,
spell?
this one's a spell. This is a level 3 spell.
Okay.
So it's concentration up to 1 minute, divination, of course. Minute cast time, so it's gonna so it's gonna be it'll be basically I'm gonna be doing a minute in 3 rounds to do this, and basically I'll find out pretty much all the events that happened in the last 13 weeks.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be a very boring picture, but you know what? It's okay. At least part of it's gonna be interesting.
Wait, Matt, I have a question.
Yes.
You rewarded us permanent ability point increase earlier in the campaign, right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Was it a +1 or a +2? Do you remember?
+2.
Okay. For this
It
whole
was
entire
from.
time, I've had that unchecked. Ever since I
Yeah,
took
it
that
was
drain. Oh my god.
It was
So
from.
before I go on to Gus's retrocognition, I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you guys that there is a second message that is on the stone marker with
Oh.
the body.
Okay.
There is a word that is readable in common, but it's very crude. Inexpertly is the best way to describe this carved word, and in common it just says weak.
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 Okay.
Week
in
as in time,
W.
or week as in okay.
Yeah, there you go.
WEAK.
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 Okay, so you perform your
Pathetic.
retrocognition, and you start to get psychic impressions of things that happened within basically about a 4.
Yes, pretty much. Oh wait, it's not a fortnight. No, this is 13 weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Yeah, this is like I'm checking the last like 3 months here.
Okay. Then what you experience is you're getting this you're getting this sense of duty in yourself. an urgent sense of duty to come and record, and this feeling comes and goes. Eventually, as the retrocognition nears the most modern time, you get another kind of feeling. You start feeling bored, and then there's a sudden burst of something that gets you excited, and you even start to giggle a bit as you feel like, oh, like something is going to be. That sensation then turns to quick, violent,
Oof.
and then you feel a sharp pain, but at the same time, there's this satisfaction. And then it passes.
Interesting. So it seems that the person here was excited. Came here, was killed. Whatever killed it was also excited.
Yeah,
Before that, a whole lot of nothing.
I bet it's those gnolls. I'm very confident.
I don't know about that.
If it wasn't the
Seriously, I
gnolls, the
really don't
gnolls were
know.
with him. Whoever. Maybe it was Lulz himself. Actually, I
I
take
don't
it
know,
back. It's
but
not
all
even
that boredom
Lulz.
was about to lull me to sleep.
Mm.
I can't help myself. Sorry.
Gus is going to actually, does he have that spell? He casts comprehend language,
Okay.
so he can read the more native tongue or the more native written language
Okay.
there.
And yes, there are other inscriptions here, numerous ones, like many, 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 many other inscriptions that are in some other language. And as you cast comprehend languages and the meaning and the gist of them start to come to you, you realize that these other inscriptions are actually sequential dates. They're records, and they each come in like basically they each come like about every 5 days, and they've continued on for what seems like years on this stone obelisk.
Every
So
5 days.
the
And the last
Watchers
date
are.
was 5 days ago?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. Fascinating.
So these
Oh,
scorpion
shit.
people are the guardians, and so every 5 days.
Cormac says we should probably
That means another would be coming
get out of
soon,
here.
right? Or
Another would be coming.
Is this the only corpse that is even in sight?
Yes,
this
this
will
is the
include any
only
other
corpse.
Okay. Gus then casts grave words on it.
Okay.
And so for one round, it's going to start just spitting out random sentences, and 10% chance that some of this information may be useful to me.
Okay.
And it's hard to determine on what information is useful. And it's just going to be random old sentences.
All right. Then I have to make this roll in secret.
Yep. I'm assuming this thing still has a head, right?
It does.
Okay, yeah. Then we'll be good.
The corpse is mostly whole. It's just it's just impaled on the stone.
As long as it has a mouth to speak with.
Yep, it does. It begins babbling, and it babbles in a language that you can understand. It seems like but you unfortunately don't hear anything that sounds like it might be useful to you.
Oh darn! I was hoping you were gonna have fun with that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a 10% chance that it's useful, but the dice are not in your favor this time.
Okay. All right. Thinking of anything else I can work off of. You know what? Actually, I do have other things I can work off of. Let me see if this can work on a corpse. Is there still blood?
A little bit. Most of it's getting congealed already. But it's been congealed for. It's all brown and stuff.
That's fine. This spell can work on dried or fresh blood. I'm gonna cast Blood Biography, and basically, I'll learn I'll learn the answer to a specific set of questions about a creature, so long as I have access to at least one drop of its blood. This can work on dried or fresh blood. I can cast a spell on the blood of the living or on the dead, but any living or undead creature is entitled to a saving throw. But since it's dead, there's no save. Once I cast it, the spell. Once I cast the spell, answers to the following 4 questions will appear on any flat surface you designate. If there is a flat surface, I will place it on there. Otherwise, I will probably have to pull out the mirror.
I mean the stone that it's impaled upon, there might be some flat spots on there.
Okay, it'll be written in its blood. So the first question it's going to ask is going to be, who are you? And that'll be the name by which the creature is most commonly known.
Okay.
And if you want to, you could probably put it in the chat if you need, since it literally is going to be written. So.
All right, and I will say, since you're gathering more information about this creature, the scorpion person looks to be male. The upper half of the body looks like a human male.
Okay. By the way, I put in the chat on the questions that are in there. The answers will appear in a language I can read, even if that creature cannot speak or that kind of language.
Okay.
Or write that kind of language.
The creature does have, like, the upper half does have many human features, like skin, like it feels like skin. But you do notice that their hair, they look like braids and dreadlocks at a distance, but you realize that it's this like chitiny stuff that comes from their head. It's not actually hair.
Fascinating. That's kind of cool.
Okay, so it starts to answer your question. In response to "Who are you?" Yeah, it's now Justin's over here is like, I am Dwayne Johnson. No.
I know, right? I was thinking the same damn thing. They call me the Rock. That is not what the Rock is spelled like.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so on the stone it appears I am Sarkesh.
And you're all seeing this happen.
Cormorant's kind of used to stuff like this.
Yeah. He's using his Haro deck to pull out these things.
Tablian. Oh, there's a name.
And you said it was male, right?
Yeah, he appears to be male. He has the upper physiology of a human male.
Okay.
But if you want to check the scorpion bits, that'd be my guess.
Well, I mean, I only asked because it literally is part of the "what are you" question.
Oh well, then yes.
Yes, it would
I am-
yeah. I mean,
I
there
guess
won't be any doubt.
tribesmen would kind of also denote that.
We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Transformation.
Oh, interesting. I'll assume that the last question is going to be answered in 5 days ago. But it may give us a more specific answer.
Sorry, what was that?
I was saying that I'll probably be discerning that the general time frame of when this happened, which was probably 5 days ago.
Oh, when? Sorry about that. I
Yeah.
was missing that.
Yeah.
And yes, it would return less than a week.
Okay.
Well, now we know what this race is called. Gatablian. Interesting. Defender of this desert. I'll have to show some respect then for the race. Yeah, looks like this thing was killed by giants. So, if that's the case, we'll need to learn more about this Shadow Smile clan.
Yeah, let's go find them.
Granted, it might be a red herring, but maybe at least give us some insight of what's going on. We might be able to use the information about the body here to find more details. What I might do, though, just because I believe it might be good for it.
Wait, why would they be guarding right here though? What's here? Right here.
Cormac says it's probably a sentry point.
During
It's-
the oh, go ahead.
Cormac says that it's probably just like an outpost. They check it. It might not be what their guardians here, but further in, it's more like a warning by what the pillar says there.
What did Gus gather off of the general feelings that were going on, and had anything gone on in the 5-day increments that were happening?
From what?
When I used retrocognition earlier?
So when you were experiencing that sense of duty, it was coming and going. And knowing this, that there seems to be an inscription marking the records about every 5 days on this obelisk, you think that you were feeling the psychic impressions of perhaps the individuals who were here inscribing their dates and records on the obelisk.
Okay. And so we're basically probably on day 5 at this point, since considering everything here. So that would probably mean that we have There's probably just going to be a few more hours or up until the end of the night until the next person will come up and do their inscribing. They'll see the body.
That's possible.
Well, next person is scheduled to come any moment now.
Do you guys want to wait?
I think we should.
I'm willing to wait.
Try waiting for a little bit.
It's going to be a very difficult thing to explain ourselves, but at the same time, the body's been dead for, well, 5 days. I can go ahead and explain the situation, and probably is going to see the inscription here on the blood. I don't know how they're going to treat our presence, especially when they are finding one of their own. So, take that how you will. I'm willing to wait.
How long
So
have
we can
we?
talk-
Would you say it's been since we first cast Windwalk? For today, I mean. Matt,
What was that?
how long has it been since the beginning of the day?
Oh, for you got like not very long at all. Like you're wind walking. Like you ran into this like minutes after you.
Okay. Cormac says if we need to get it, I say we wait. If we need to escape, we can always activate the means of transportation that we've been using. So he will stop where he's at, and he casts Endure Elements on himself. Actually, he probably already did. Probably cast that at the beginning of the.
Okay. So if you guys are gonna wait here, then that's what you do. You set up like an impromptu sort of camp here. And I'm gonna say that you guys wait about half a day, like about 4. And you see that there is something coming towards something living. Just give me a
I
moment
guess.
here. Are you guys in windwalk form or are you guys corporeal?
Cormac will be corporeal.
I mean, if the duration's all the same and we're just choosing to spend or not spend the time in corporeal form, we'll probably just be more comfortable in the windwalk, in the air state.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's only a limited amount of
yeah,
time I can be in the corporeal form, right?
no, it
No.
uses up exactly the same.
When
okay.
Yeah, the cost in windwalk is you reduce your remaining duration by 5 rounds every time you change to and from vaporous form.
Oh, okay. If it's every time it's changed, okay, then different
Yeah,
story.
and from like an hour per level, it's not that long. So with that in mind, are you guys going to wait in corporeal or in your gaseous form?
I'm waiting corporeal.
Corporeal.
Yeah, that seems.
All right. Then from along the ridges here of this area, you see 3 large figures. And as soon as they come within sight of you, they raise they raise they have bows, and one of them calls out. This one has a female tone to their voice. They call out, you who have entered this sacred territory, stay where you are.
Very well. We will even answer questions if need be. Do what you need to do as far as whatever formalities are needed. I know you have a sacred ritual. Feel free to do what you need.
So they continue to approach you guys. Do you do anything as they approach? They move fairly quickly. Like they move as fast as like a horse on solid land.
Gus makes sure that he looks as unassuming and as
I'm letting you guys
friendly
know,
as possible.
if you're gonna do the vaporous form, it takes 5 rounds to activate. To like re-enter the form.
Okay, and I would say that Jane, she keeps her weapon holstered, and Fingrim is he's going to also keep his weapon sheathed for. And then, of course, Kaklatath, the old woman, is simply an old woman and not imposing.
Yeah.
Cormac will actually say something to her before they get here. He says, you should probably go into vapor form.
To the old woman.
We can't. Yeah.
All right. She'll do that. She'll become gaseous.
That's the chance. Because we could survive a hit. I don't know if her body can.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm going to drop something here as an image. The 3 scorpion people, they approach you. One of them steps forward to address you, the one that talked before.
Okay.
And this is what she looks like.
Ooh.
As I told you
That is
before, they
awesome.
look like they have hair, but it's not hair. It's this like chitiny stuff.
Hot. Hot.
Yeah, Justin said if you know who Kerrigan is from StarCraft, it's Kerrigan.
My God, you're right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Queen
my
of
God, you're
Blade's
right.
hair. Anyway, she says to you, my name is Ashkar.
Greetings, Ashkar. My name is
These
Gustav
lands are
Amantis III.
claimed- These lands are claimed by the Ulkori, my tribe. Whatever endurance and persistence has brought you here, abandon it.
I understand, but the reason we are here is because we're searching for someone who definitely does not belong in these lands as well. Someone who is also posing a risk to the entire planet as a whole. And so we are here to basically stop him from ending the world. I don't know if you've seen the inscription that was put on here, but your fellow kinsman here, Zarkesh, he did arrive the 5 years ago as a ritual states. But he was indeed killed by the giants from the Shadow Smile clan. I understand he's also a defender of this desert, and I assume that you are as well.
Uh, she uh, she says back to you that we have been tracking the Shatter Smile clan. They have been active in the past couple of days. I never suspected you travelers for this deed, but that matters little. Sarkesh died performing his duties.
I
You,
understand.
however, do not realize the dangers you are approaching.
Cormac says we might know more about it than you think.
Unfortunately, yes, that is correct. Most of us actually are very well aware of what dangers are ahead. I myself, personally, am going to be at the most risk. But, perhaps we can. I'm not sure if we could discuss some further matters to go ahead and at least give us further direction so we can carry on our journey. Would any of you care to explain as well? You may have stories that may be relevant.
He inquires with the rest of the group.
Yeah, that's what I figured. For now, Jane and Fingrim are going to be silent unless you directly ask for them to speak up. Which I mean, I guess for right now it's just Cormac and Kudu. I know Secret said that she was letting the dogs out. Should be back in a couple.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Jane is willing to back you up on your.
What do they say to what we just said?
Yeah. What's the response?
Okay. She says back to you that my people, the Ukori, have been and shall always be the guardians of this desert. I can see that you mean well. However, too often have we seen others like you come here out of naivete. What makes you different than anyone else?
Well, few things. One is that we do have a lot of strong magics on our side that help protect us against the harsh environs. Second, being that our sheer willpower is going to help us proceed forward. The quest we are on we cannot falter on, unfortunately. As like I said, the world will end if we do not do anything about it. And
And
we
she
are here.
says back to you when you say that, she says back rather pointedly, and my people believe that if we do not guard what lies within the desert, that the world will end.
What lies
I
within the
think
desert might have already been taken by the individual who's going to end the world.
indeed. Have you met a man, along with some of his compatriots following, named Hasterton Laws? Human male.
Okay, so as you mentioned that, I want all of you guys to roll a diplomacy
Sure.
to gather this information and to change her attitude.
Oh,
Drench is gonna help.
Those are
that's
good
some
rolls.
hot. That's some hot diplomacy action.
Yeah.
We're not helping.
No,
Looking for
you
you.
two are totally
I have no
not
diplomacy.
helping. Yeah, I have no diplomacy. We need to go and finish watching through all of those.
Oh
I was
yeah, of
just hoping
course.
we got to do it with James. Uh, yeah. Um. Well, we'll probably we could probably do do that sometime and just watch through those.
Okay, so for your rolls, those are very good. It
I'm assuming
seems
that
that
you're not
she
telling this
picks up.
to Kudu.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, Cormac and Gus are they are certainly swaying this person enough that Kudu and Drench's awkwardness doesn't hinder you. She senses the sincerity in your words, and your mention of like a specific individual does seem to get a response from her. She waits a moment, and then she signals to the other two that have had their bows trained on you to lower. And she says, "One of our patrols tried to stop a group such as yours, bound along this same path. The trespassers did not heed our warnings, but did respond with violence. I found the corpses of my kin scattered across the stones, and we learned their story when our sand speaker communed with their spirits. The trespassers' tracks led to the most sacred site where we are forbidden to travel. I hope they perished before they could do greater harm. You say you're looking for them.
We're
Tell
looking
me more."
We are looking for them so we can stop them. Essentially, that may require force. I believe that at this point we are going to be looking to kill them. Lowell has tragically injured mentally and as well as an extent physically our fellow companions here. Has done drastic damage to various parts of the world that we've been to. In addition, is looking to do business with the old ones.
He's looking to awaken the one that sleeps.
Yes. Which will mean a great disaster, a calamity that is unlike anything we have ever seen.
She says back to you that whatever sleeps or rests there needs to remain slumber. My people have ensured for generations that what remains sacred stays as such. There are ruins deep within this desert. They hold no treasure, no adventure, and no glory, only death. Can you
Right.
assure me that you will not fail?
Cormac will say if we do fail, our lives we'll fight to the death, no matter. We'll fight for until we die to stop
Cormac,
this
give
from.
me a knowledge religion. Okay. You give her because you were talking about fighting to save um you give her more of like a Goramite kind of prayer.
Yeah, like a vow, kind of.
Yeah. And she can see that you clearly know and have a certain reverence for topics that that contain a religion or a faith. She sees your conviction to your God,
Yeah.
Gus
because
nods.
as I told you guys before, what Gus told you guys before, that these creatures are zealous in their beliefs, and they have a respect for religion in general.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm gonna have to search and hunt to the ends of the earth, which may even come sooner if we do nothing to stop this evil. On that, I give you my promise.
Okay. Is everybody else good? Anybody else want to say anything?
I think.
Nope.
Okay, you're back. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Sigurd's back. Okay. Then she speaks to you
Right, you
again.
made the roll. Yeah. Okay.
She says, "Then I can see that neither our warnings nor our bows will sway you from your path. And while I will not stop at every moment to insist you turn back, for now I will relent. This is my last warning, because I am merciful. I shall tell my people that you are permitted, but not welcome, to travel our lands. Beware the cursed city that lies several days from here. Within it slumbers a terrible evil that we have watched for ages, and it stirs once more. It is best that none wake it entirely, lest it cast its shadow across other lands. Should you emerge from the shattered streets, showing signs of its influence, know that I shall personally destroy you, so that you do not spread its curse."
Do you know of any protections that are used in at least anything that help keep one cleansed of the taint?
She says, "None."
I know this part of the journey is going to be especially risky for me. For the rest of you, however, I believe you all will be safe from the corruption.
Mm-hmm.
I'm weary about this, but I must do this. I ask you then to promise me this: if I am corrupted, and you see no way to cleanse it, stop me.
I assume you're saying that to your group as well.
To the group. Yeah.
Okay.
To the party.
Cormac nods.
Yeah.
He knows
Gus is
that he.
assuming that the the
She just said that she would, like,
yeah,
no matter what.
Gus already knows that. Yeah. So, but for the group, yeah, Gus is saying,
If I show signs, stop me, and if necessary, kill me.
Yep. And the Ulkori tribes members, they also will remind you that, yep, they've got plenty of air. With that, Ashkar is going to leave here with her tribes members.
Okay.
I thank you for I thank you for the warnings and the information, and hopefully everything turns out proper, and everything will be okay for everyone.
Yep, they
Oh, well.
take the body of their slain comrade, and she just leaves you with a grim pray to whatever gods you worship.
I'd like to at least ask one thing regarding your compatriot who has passed. What are you looking to do? A burial or some sort of last rites of sorts?
She tells you that he'll be given his last rites amongst his people.
Then I will say that if you wish, I can do one of a couple things. I can at least restore the corpse to a more healthier state, if you wish. But obviously, I cannot bring back the dead myself. But I can restore the corpse, or at least.
Actually, you said that it never it hadn't gone through decay yet, right?
Not quite yet. It's not old enough too. And it seems like there's nothing, like no buzzards or anything that have come to even pick them.
It's a desert. It's
Okay.
dry and dry, so no moisture is like eating at it. It basically mummified. It
I can
dried.
also use gentle repose to at least preserve those remains. And it'll last for 13 days. To basically make it, if in the case that they feel it's welcome to bring back the body in a more natural state.
Ashkar tells you that she appreciates your generosity, but that she says that she urges you that you leave us to our dead.
And I will respect that. I just figured, that I have the ability to do such if should you have wished it.
Okay. Then the scorpion people start to.
Okay. All right.
I still know the direction? I mean, is 130 minutes gone?
No.
Oh yeah, no, it has because you said we waited like half the day.
Oh right, you're right.
But I would have before the spell like disappeared. I would have figured out which way we had to go.
Yeah, you can still kind of follow that direction.
I'll give Gus the like
And you can go ahead and give me
direction. He can keep course.
you can go ahead and give me a whatchamacallit. You guys can give me and I'll give you like a bonus for Cormac kind of knowing like the direction beforehand.
$20. Not bad.
Sorry, I
Okay.
got distracted there for a moment.
No worries. I'm also going to give you guys experience for meeting with the Gertablit.
Okay.
Neat.
And this is for basically securing safe relations with them in passage. Yep, 7,200 XP to each of you.
Okay. You said you were going to give us XP. Technically, we're still not level 13, even though you said to level up to 13. But XP's wise.
Set your XP before the 7,200 to what you would need for 13, and then add that on.
Okay. And for reference on that, that is 315,000 as the next level marker.
Correct. So yeah, before adding the 7,200, set your current experience to 315,000, and then add the 7,200.
That'll put us at 322,200.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you guys were at least the level that this book says that you should be entering.
Let me now check and see what's going to be the next level after that.
Alright. So now we need 122,800.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
It's gonna be a little bit,
Yippee.
Yeah.
but there's gonna be some more encounters.
So this is where we're ending for the night?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Figured
Sorry.
just double check. Sorry, I hear experience and I figured just double check.
No, yeah, just give it to you guys on the fly. We've still got some time. We can get like another encounter or two, probably.
Let's see. Gonna need to definitely boost up that wisdom.
So with Cormac's survival at the 20, and I'm going to give you a bonus for knowing like where the path was before. I'll say that you guys continue to travel for at least another 4 hours.
All right.
Okay.
As you do travel, and while there is still sun, your eyes don't spy any other living kind of creature. The only thing you do see is it is a chopped in half cactus.
A cactus.
Mm-hmm.
What's this thing doing here? This island should be barren.
If you want, you can go check it.
Gus is going to investigate the this whole thing and take a look at what he thinks cleaved the cactus.
You can give me a perception.
You got it.
Battery low.
It looks like something just chopped it up. All of its anything that was like moist or juicy on the inside is gone. Long gone.
Hmm.
You note that it was a
Charging
pretty
battery.
decently tall cactus, about the size of a person, if not taller. But you don't see any like you don't see anything like nearby that would indicate that it was planted somewhere.
It's just a lone cactus.
Yep.
Hmm. I'm gonna examine around too.
Let's see. You're trying to check out the cactus.
I'm examining it, like the entire area, seeing if I see anything. Not specific.
entire
cactus.
area?
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking around, and no, you don't really see anything. You're pretty sure that now there's not even any footprints here. If there were like tracks of somebody here, then it must have been long enough ago that the winds and the sand have covered it all up.
I could do a retrocognition on this and see if I can trace any kind of history on it.
Are we in the right place?
I could inquire.
Hmm.
Either that or we can continue the path we are going. I do believe we at least have an idea of where we can go, since we can, we have the means to do so.
It Cormac was able to pull up the exact path to get from point A to point B, right?
Right. Well, I had find the path. It's faded since you guys talked and waited for the scorpion people. But with his survival, I said that he's pretty sure that he kind of remembers the direction. And so you guys, yeah, are traveling for another 4 hours until it starts to come to be like getting closer to dusk.
That's it. Divine the path is usually set for players that are on ground, so it's like you'd walk around like a mountain and stuff like that for the direct path. With this, since we're flying, it's a straight shot, so it's more of just go in that direction type of thing. So I was able to just like remember which direction was and we fly that way.
Well, we could at least perform the retrocognition and at least get a direction, or at least see if I can pick up certain faint, signs of psychic auras and such.
Cormac nods his head, says, "Feel free."
He'll
Anything in
cast. Yeah, he'll cast retrocognition and around the area of the cactus and go from there.
Okay. You do that, and you get this faint feeling that there's actually many kinds of presences right now around that there's multiple minds present here, but they're all very simple and basic. Nothing you can really make out too much. And then you sense wariness, you sense concern, and it turns into a tenseness. And then you feel something familiar. You feel bored again. This staggering boredom. Then it's followed by confusion. That then passes, and you feel excitement again. And that excitement once again turns to violence. You feel many minds suddenly panic. And one of those minds is screaming, and then it ends, and you feel again a sense of satisfaction.
That's disturbing.
And that's when it ends.
Charging battery.
Oh. Seems like
Is it feeding on them? The gnolls. The mini mines you're probably thinking are gnolls. And it probably killed one. Hence
I
the
can
panic.
imagine that there was confusion, panic. Something was killed, but I don't see a body.
Well, we don't see any evidence of people being here to begin with.
Yeah, that's what you get from your retrocognition. Quite cryptic, yes, I know, but that's what I'm thinking of with psychic impression. Heavily emotional.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're on this right path. This sadisticness that was in those impressions just stands out.
Alright.
I think we should press forward. When it's time to rest, just let us know.
All right. Then I will say that you guys do continue traveling, and you do reach the part of the day where it's going to get dark and it's getting colder. You set up camp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You do. Your night is cold and silent. The sands beneath your bedrolls and your feet are surprisingly calm and comfortable, only because you get the feeling that your feet and you are some of the very few individuals who have graced the desert.
It's a strange
The desert
feeling.
shares your loneliness. But nothing bothers you guys during the night. You wake up. You guys prepare and eat. What do you do?
Carry on your wayward son.
To be peaceful when you are done.
Mm-hmm.
Let your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
I literally listen to that song every single day. I have it on my playlist for work, my work playlist.
Oh.
That entire album is perfect D&D material. It is perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah, we
love
basically do the same thing we did last time.
Yeah.
We'll cast Find the Path
and Windwalk.
Windwalk. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's what they did too, because we're not seeing tracks. But then again, they had a tussle. Why wouldn't we see tracks?
Not only that, but it's desert sands. And if there's any wind, sand races track pretty easily.
I'll take Desert Sands over Comic Sans.
Hey, I like Comic Sans. You lay off that font.
I mean, I like Sans and I like Papyrus, but I don't like it when, comic is thrown in. I'm just going from joke to joke.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I guess we just keep on going, I guess, huh?
Yep. Okay. You start your travel again, and you're going windwalk. So you're gonna be traveling pretty fast. You start windwalk, and I'd say about an hour goes by, and you've already covered you've covered like at least 60 miles within your, because that's how fast you fly.
Yep.
And you all see some, not quite directly in your path, but close enough and big enough that you don't need to like roll perceptions. It's pretty visible. You see like a flock of something. I don't know what to call. I don't know what the correct like multiple words for this is. But you see like a group basically.
What?
You see 5 long, like sinewy winged creatures that are all they're all picking at what looks to be a long serpentine corpse.
Gus is gonna go ahead and see if he can try to identify any information off of, I guess, both types of creatures there.
Sure, and I'll say that you guys are looking at, you guys are seeing this from like about like 150 feet.
Okay.
The creatures are relatively large. They're just kind of like thin.
All right. What do I need to identify
Do they
the
look natural?
scavengers?
Give me a knowledge arcana.
Nope,
Mm.
don't know nothing.
I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add to that one because you know
Okay.
what? Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I'll
No?
stick with it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll stick with
Uh,
the 26.
you surmise that you're looking at a flock of drakes.
Huh.
Drakes that are native to the desert. They're the coloration of their scales and body are oddly bright. They reflect off of the desert sun very well in like these almost like shifting hues of red and yellow and blue, like the primary colors, and greens in there. They kind of have like those like trout kind of scales, like rainbow trouty scales. They kind of look like red at a certain angle with the light, and then like they kind of shift to like a darker, like kind of greeny blue. But yeah, it looks like
Yep.
there's 5 of them, and they're all picking at and eating this pretty large corpse, like bigger.
Do we want to avoid this?
Trying to think on that. The serpentine creature. Let me. What is it they're picking at there?
Give me a knowledge. I think it's
Nature.
Oh, okay. I was wrong actually. It's another knowledge arcana. What's your arcana bonus?
Oh,
23?
Yes, 23. So we're looking at a 11 difference. So that's going to be a 35 for the Arcana, if that's the case.
What you're looking at, like the corpse seems to be like the serpentine like snake kind of. You just know that this, whatever this is, it's some kind of magical beast, but it's dead and it's far too large to just be a snake. Its size looks like it's huge.
Hmm.
And you're actually like, you're kind of like doubting that these drakes, like even together, like could have killed this thing. Like this thing by itself is like far stronger than any one of these drakes.
I think we should steer clear. Just my 2 cents. My 2 coppers.
All right.
Would it be 2 pence worth?
Copper.
Well, I mean, a copper is usually referred to under different terms like pence and such.
I guess so,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, a pence is really,
They're 2
pennies based
shekels.
off of. Yeah,
Going with
pennies based
fantasy
off of
currency.
pence. Pence is really just a term for a copper coin. So yeah, it works.
You'll take my 2 shekels and offer me fair trade, merchant. But yeah, do you guys do anything? Do you guys yeah.
Nope. Just keep
I
going.
think we should just keep going. Ignore him.
Nothing to see here. Just a whole bunch of drakes eating a giant serpent. That was killed by something probably much bigger. Or much more dangerous. Either way, bad news.
All right, you guys continue. Give me a moment. If you want to get some water or something, now's the time to do it. Take like 5.
5? Ooh, I'm gonna run an ad.
Sure. I'm sure your viewers will enjoy watching.
And now I'm just imagining like the the Monty Python like intermission bit in Holy Grail.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was a good one.
And then back to everything. Keep forgetting about that music in the back. It's in the background.
Music? You're talking about in
Yeah,
Roll20?
the Roll20 music, yeah.
Oh.
Because I'll like hear it very faintly, so faintly that I forget that it's even there, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's stuff in the background. Because usually I just supply my own music, and all that stuff.
All right, so I am back, and I have good news.
Good news, everybody!
Within, let's see, it's within 3 more hours. You guys can see. You guys can see a desert, or not a desert. You guys can see a city. You follow
Yeah.
Cormac's find the path for like the 130 minutes it lasts for. So for like 2 hours, and then for the other hour, you're just kind of going off of like his.
Hmm.
And you guys arrive in windy form at the top of a gently sloping basin that
Oh.
contains a city. From this vantage point, you can see the city and its vibrantly blue lake shimmering like an undulating mirage against the remaining lifeless surroundings. The buildings that you're looking at are large and vacuous. And if you're unsure what vacuous means, there's like all of these weird, like almost holes in, yet there don't seem to be any kind of like windows or entrances that you can find. There's just these spires of varying height and shape that litter it.
Oh, this is certainly not something I was expecting to see.
As you're standing at the top of this what did I say? The top of this basin, you hear something. It's like a strong whoosh of wind from behind you, and there's a significant amount of sand that gets like kicked, as if there was like a sudden like dust storm. And you see behind you no more than let's see. I know it tells me how many feet. Where the hell is it? Okay, I'm gonna say within about 200, 150 behind you guys, you see several individuals. You see 3 large creatures and one absolutely like like not even gargantuan, a colossal creature accompanying them. The colossal creature in question is it looks like a centipede of monstrous proportions.
Can I make a knowledge check on that?
In just a moment.
Okay.
The other 3 creatures with it all appear to be giants. 2 of them are armored and bearing weapons, and the third doesn't appear to have any. They just have this grim mask that they wear. And it's easy to see from this distance that these giants their skin is like covered in like scars and like boils, and it looks quite repugnant. and the one in the mask bellows from this distance away. You can hear them saying that they say, "The Shatter Smile clan has been watching you. We find no respect for you. We see only weakness, and you are to be made an example of."
Gustav just applauds.
Good to know. I understand that you're the one that, at least, your clan's the one that took out one of the
What was that race again? It was
Catablian over quite a ways back. You're an ash giant, aren't you?
The response back you get from the one with the map, they say in their deep bellowing voice, "I am Mother Grim Moon, and you have only proven your cowardice. I will
Tell
see
me.
to it that the sacred city suffers no intrusion such as yours."
Ah, but has your sacred city suffered a recent intrusion from others like us?
Just a moment. That's an interesting question you ask, so I gotta check.
right? It's less of an interesting question. It's more interesting on how I asked it.
Okay, I think I found it. The one that calls themselves Mother Grim Moon answers your question, and she says that, "I know of who you speak. The one, he was not alone, with many small folk kowtowing in his wake. He is a fool, yet even a fool can awaken the World Eater, and he has its taint upon him. He had already entered the sacred ground before our people could catch him, but we won't make that same mistake twice."
And here we are looking to pursue and kill the one that just did that. You see, that one is intending to go ahead and waken the World Eater, and we're trying to stop it. Now, you can either let us go so we can actually finish our task, or we actually go to blows. Take your pick. Just a warning, it's not going to end well for you if you go to blows.
When you say that, there's actually a moment of deliberation with the giant. And that, like, colossal centipede seems rather calm and passive. And they give you their answer. The one with the mask begins chanting something. And if you guys want to roll spellcraft, you can do
Spellcraft,
that.
yep. Okay. That'll work. That'll be a good one.
Okay, 28 and 20. You all know that this giant is casting a what seems to be a greater dispel magic, and all of you feel the power to walk with the winds stripped. And she says, "Then let your redemption be written upon these sands by tales of your strength." And
Well,
I'm just going to leave you with this image because we're going to end it here for before we get to this big battle. This is going to be your battlefield for next week.
I'm excited. Oh, that's so awesome. I've never had to fight a colossal colossal creature before.
Yeah, it's colossal. You guys are seeing the correct size of this said to be.
Mhm.
Oh, so cool. I love it.
But yeah, since it's 9:19 and this is going to be the start of a fight, we're going to end the session here.
Okay.
All right.
I know Cormac's first move.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll roll initiatives next week, and we'll get Fingerman for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he'll be enjoying that. So I'm assuming everyone is good for next week.
I am, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
good.
Cool. Well, I'm
We gotta
excited now.
love fast means of travel. Because we could have been, if we didn't have fast means of travel, this could have taken forever to get.
That's true.
Yeah. If you guys didn't have wind walk, this actually would have taken like 12 or 13 days. All right. Well, I give you guys your experience for the Scorpion people. That's going to be all the experience for tonight, and I'm gonna let you guys go for now.
Cool.
Good job.
Thank you. And Matt, I'll want to talk with you regarding Sunday, and also talk to you about 14 as well with the
Wait, Matt,
Five Letter stuff.